So it's 3:40 at the moment, and normally at this time of day I'm in the process of uploading my video, so at the moment I'm running well behind. So let me tell you a story about today's challenge. So when I announced today's challenge at the end of yesterday's video, I think I threw a few people off with that last comment. For those that aren't sure, that means taking a photo of your mobile phone, like the Apple commercials, not doing phone photography. See, when I came up with these challenges, I actually gave a Google for all the different types of photography and I printed them all out and chopped them all up. And when I saw mobile photography on there, I'm very sure that meant taking photos with your phone, but I didn't want to do that. It wasn't a great way to test the X-T4, so I thought I'd use my phone as a subject. And I had this idea of doing this like cool iPhone rip-off kind of style commercial video. So I spent most of my day trying to come up with creative video shots of my phone to film with the X-T4. Some of the big hurdles with that were actually just trying to find a way to hold my phone, to hold it like that without having something grabbing the side. I wanted the phone just to be standing free and looking pretty, and that was tricky. And I tried quite a few different suction cups and blue tack, etc. And they all did the job good enough. And I guess that's part of the isolation challenges. I can't just go and buy or order or borrow from a friend an item I need to get a job done. I've got to use what I've got at home. So technically, taking video isn't too much different from photography. The biggest difference is you need to find some way to add some movement to it, some motion, not just a still shot and hit record and then go on to the next one. That's exactly like photography. You need motion for it to be video. And I know this sounds really obvious, but I don't have a huge amount of ways at home to add a lot of motion to my camera movements. Yes, the X-T4 has some phenomenal stabilizer, and I was going to make full use of the IBIS plus the digital plus the lens stabilizer plus 240 frames per second to get some very smooth footage, but I wanted really insane smooth footage as in locked off on a tripod, and I wanted my item to move. So I found some little ways around it. One, I used this thing. I can't remember the exact name of this, but I know you put it on your table to have things spin around and pass around. But I found this, try my best to find the center of it. I also clamped some different mounts to it and had that spin as a way to get my smooth kind of motion. That wasn't too bad, but then I kind of came up with this other style of just moving the lights instead as a way to get that dynamic movement. I could just have my phone fixed in a spot, my camera fixed in a spot, and shift the light to add that motion, that movement. And as far as lighting goes, I wasn't doing anything overly fancy. As always, I had this main big video light up to full power, but as I was shooting at 240 frames per second, I had everything dialed down quite dark. And I couldn't use my cell phone as a second light, as clearly that was in the shot, so I grabbed my headlamp from hiking and just used that to create some rim lighting and did some light painting. At one part, actually, I changed it over to the double light like that, and filmed the reflection in the screen of the phone, and it made these kind of like firefly effect. It was kind of neat. And then I duplicated that a few times, changed the blending mode to just add, so the background nearly disappeared, and I had some floating fireflies, which are pretty cool, and I thought I would use it, but overall it was mostly just light painting, highlighting those rims, those edges to get some cool looking footage, and in the end, the video came out pretty cool. You'll see the end shot there, I've got 3 different rim lights going on. What I did is I filmed each one separately and then stacked them all on top of each other and changed the blending modes once again just to add. So all it showed through was the lightest part and the same part, and it worked really well to give me multiple lights on one video. And like I said, that was pretty fun, but after spending quite a few days inside, I definitely get cabin fever. I'm quite an outdoorsy kind of person, and I lost some steam for it. My motivation to sit inside in a dark room, well, under artificial light, was fading, so I decided to look for some different forms of mobile photography halfway through the day. Now, for those of you that have been struggling with this challenge or struggling with ideas, I just didn't even quite understand it, here's some options. If you take a photo of a scene, give it a nice edit, upload it onto your phone, and then do like a perspective shot where you hold your phone in front of it and try and line the landscape up perfectly, that can be a pretty fun way to do some mobile-inspired photography. You could go with the product shot, kind of like what I did, but we've already covered product shots, so this was trying to be more video was my original idea. Or the option I decided to go with was your own portable puddle. And I borrowed the lessons from the black and white episode, the long exposure episode, and the reflections episode, and I used my own little portable puddle to get a reflective shot of the barn. In the end, I think it looks pretty neat. I had to use some rocks and some little branches, twigs kind of thing, just to line the phone up perfectly, and I had my phone sitting on the ground to do this. Luckily, I had Bonnie with me, who was very bored and decided to sit right in front of the barn. Didn't plan that, just happened, and I like it. And the final photo, I don't know if it's as cool as the final video would have been. Maybe I probably should have just stuck with that. But it's hard. What's this? Today's day 21. And after just being inside for so long because of bad weather, as soon as the sun started to shine, I just needed to get out, unfortunately. So hopefully tomorrow's challenge will be a bit more outdoorsy, a bit easier. Speaking of that, if you have any questions about how I achieved anything today, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. If you want to join on this challenge or any other challenge, feel free to hashtag TB Photo Challenge. If you could like, share, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, it would mean the world to me. It would help me create more videos like this and get one step closer to doing this full-time for a living. Plus, if you'd like to join in tomorrow, you're more than welcome to watch. If you would like to join in tomorrow, you're more than welcome to watch me try and take some photos of forced perspective.